We're talking with Dr. John Delony today. The brand new book coming out tomorrow is Building a Non-Anxious Life. Aaron is with us in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Hey, Aaron, your question for Dr. John.
Hi there. Thanks for taking my call. Honored to talk to both of you.
You too.
Question for you guys. It's kind of twofold. I'll take Dr. John first with his insight, and then Dave, you can speak to maybe the business side. I manage a pharmacy. I've got a staff of about 23 people. One of my technicians, I inadvertently kind of stumbled into this, but they have been struggling with self-harm in the form of cutting, and upon further kind of discussions with them, have found out they struggle with suicidal thoughts. My question
And they're
is,
handling pharmaceuticals?
Yes.
Sounds dangerous.
Kind of, yes. But that's part of the question. How do I protect the delicate nature of the individual struggle while also prioritizing running the day-to-day function of the pharmacy and the rest of my staff who are not privy to it yet?
Oh, man. Well, one, thanks for being a boss that cares. And wanting to think through this, both your team and the impact this has on your team and the individual here. So I think in a global sense, we'll get into some ADA issues. And so you need to check with your local or state ADA codes. I don't think you can, quote unquote, you couldn't remove somebody for having a mental health issue. What you can remove somebody for is behavior. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if you ever see medication missing and things like that, which you haven't said that at all, the bigger question I always want to bring up with somebody is cutting is sometimes that's super benign. It's not a big deal, right? Sometimes it's a precursor to something significant. And if they're suicidal, then sometimes it's a ramp up. It's a practice attempt, right? So a couple of things I always would bring up when I'm sitting with somebody who's struggling with cutting is one, making sure we've got a game plan internally. If you ever feeling like hurting yourself here in the office, you will commit to me that you'll come let me know, and I'll pull you off the floor, and we'll get you the care that you need. We'll get you where you need to go. The second thing would be, I want you to honor both the clients here, the people coming to get their medication, and honor your teammates by making sure you're bandaged up and you've got long sleeves on. I can't have you bleeding out here in the open. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And up till now, if I hadn't stumbled upon it, I don't know that I would have necessarily. I have had a couple discussions with the individual just to kind of get a little bit more context for myself to understand to what degree the struggle is for them. And this has been kind of intermittent, I guess, over time. They've had periods where they really struggle with it, and then they kind of are able to, get on top of it for a while. They have been medicated. They currently are not. They don't feel like the medications have been helping them. They do talk to their therapist and a psychiatrist. So one every week and one like every couple of months.
So I think that's the cornerstone here. You should not get involved in their psychiatric world.
Yep. And I've drawn that line with them already.
Good.
The only thing that I've done with them that I want to hopefully maintain is they could have very easily taken the way out of not being forthright with anything. They have felt comfortable telling me these things, which I do find to be a positive. And right for now, where we've kind of left it is they are, a simple thumbs up, thumbs down is kind of our language for how they're feeling for the day. And they've been comfortable to do that.
I think that's super wise. And what I would do is begin to draw this boundary. When they come in and say, "Hey, last week I was struggling with," I want you to stop and just put your hand up literally and say, hold on. I'm your boss and I care about you and I want you to be well and I'm your leader here. And this conversation is going to be best for your counselor. Mm-hmm. And you begin to honor this person by giving them their space, because what I'm afraid of is they're going to tell you something that you have to respond to, and it's going to cause chaos.
And I have that concern in the back of my mind. Yes.
So make sure that you encourage this person to go talk to their mental health professional. You are not a mental health professional. I'm going to go ahead and stop you here, that kind of thing. And, but also ask, how are you today? You doing okay?
Yep.
Right. And so there's a human component.
Absolutely. And honestly, Dr. John, that's what you just said is kind of where I've I've got it right now. And I'm kind of glad that it hasn't gone any further than that with my discussions with them. Like, we've thankfully drawn the boundary there. And I've also encouraged them to, if they need to bump up and ramp up the number of appointments that they have during the week, or the frequency of them, that's good.
You two guys got to help me with this, because my head's about to explode.
I can feel it. I can feel the heat coming off.
And help me from the pharmacy perspective and the PhD in counseling's perspective, because I'm a regular guy sitting over here going, this guy's got access to messing up other people with drugs, and has got access to the drugs to create a suicide. But I mean, I'm really uncomfortable leaving him with access to all of that, or this person with access to all of
So
this.
it's the psychiatrist and the psychologist's job, if they believe someone to be acutely suicidal, that they have to make the recommendation, you can no longer be in this environment. Or if
do they have to make that recommendation to me then, or disclose that to me? Or
I think you need to probably seek some legal advice on your liability.
That's why I say you need to check in with the ADA in your local area.
Okay. You need to talk and find some legal advice on what you're able to do, because I want to love this person well by not giving them the tools to harm themselves, number one, and number two, by not putting them in a position where someone else gets harmed by their misbehavior. If I know someone's drinking too much, I'm not giving them the keys to the 18-wheeler to drive it. If they have a drinking problem, they're off the clock. They're not going to get you come to me, you say I'm an alcoholic. I'm going to honor that. Thank you. That's a mental illness. We can categorize it as that. But I'm not going to let you. I don't care if you got your CDL. You're not driving my 18-wheeler.
And I think the challenge here is the I hate to use this word, the spectrum of I'm having dark thoughts, and at 4:00 today I'm getting my gun. I'm going to take my life. I'm going to die by suicide. One of these is we got to get involved now, and one of them is, okay, it's a tough season, right? And so I think it's knowing when to get involved and when to say, do we have a plan?
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm gonna advise you as the business owner side, Aaron, to go get some legal advice, because I'm worried about what happens if something goes real sideways here and you have this knowledge and didn't act on it. More specifically, instead, we're just trying to pat them on the hand as they continued to go see their psychologist. And then all of a sudden the thing goes sideways and you are left holding the bag. I don't want that for you. That's what I'm worried about here. So anyway, not sure about it. I don't know that, but I have found in these situations as the owner of the business, when I don't take action on things, it ends up biting me in the butt later. When I don't take action to serve in the name of to serve the person and the constituency, serve the other people, then I get bit. But good advice all the way around. You called on the perfect day with Dr. John here, so you got good help. This is the EntreLeadership Podcast.